because they're white and that's why they're so smart. It's solely because they're getting better education. They getting better education because they're
the resource.
Exactly. Their resources out, and their upbringing doesn't have the same challenges to have a lot of underdeveloped kids.
Yeah.
Like our kids' upbringing is terrible, bro. Like some people just should not be parents. I honestly believe that. I really don't think some people should really be parents.
Yeah, but we leave the coop too early, a lot of times.
Yeah.
And for every reason that's thinkable, because some people get shown the right thing and they just don't do it, or they just don't get shown the right thing, so they can't do it.
Yeah.
So when you got both happening, it's like, man, you get people that come up and we just ain't balanced. Because then nobody cultivate us right. We was missing something. Who's to blame? Shit, everybody, I guess.
Agree. That's what has to change. Like that's why our education system is so important. That's why I hate it so fucking bad, bro. I hate it so bad. And I don't think people some people don't understand what I be saying, like how I feel about education. Like I do not want my kids to be in public education or in the education system, like in general. Like I want them to be homeschooled. I really want my kids to be homeschooled because it's just too much, bro. It's just too much. And I was saying them like maybe later when they get older, send them to a public school possibly, but
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, you think it would still benefit to send them to that too? Like, because homeschool, I definitely think for them to have a foundation of thought, and then like get them acclimated with how it's out here, like how it is too,
exactly, yeah.
So they can have both.
Yeah,
I was thinking
high school. When they start getting to high school, and they started going to school.
It's like you gotta like to exist in this kind of matrix. You gotta be matrix-like to some degree, or you just won't. It'll be a harder transition for you.
Well, it depends on what your lifestyle is.
What your lifestyle, what you.
Because there's lifestyles outside of the matrix completely.
Yeah.
That you don't really have to be. A part of what's going on. And also the matrix is based on, there's different matrices based on where you live. Like our system is not the same system as certain places in Asia or certain places in India or Russia or anywhere else around the world. Like there's different systems everywhere. So it depends how that system is set up too. Like there's some like the Tibetan system, their lifestyle is very spiritually led. I feel like that's the key though. Like I feel like that's the answer. That's the key, is getting the higher understanding on the spiritual aspect to get how things connect together and get the functionalities of how the world interacts with each other and how we interact with ourselves, especially our bodies, how we interact with our bodies. Because physically, there is a lot of growth to be had, and that is done. But in terms of muscle growth, is being in shape, being out of shape, all different aspects of your body and how you treat your body, how you feel about your body. When it comes to sex, when it comes to eating, sleeping, all of that, everything that has to do with your body, how you treat it, how you respect it. Then there is the mental aspect of just your mind, how you think about things, how you govern yourself through your thought, how to control your thought, and all of that jazz. And there's emotional aspect of how to control your emotions, obviously understanding your emotions and how to use them as tools to fuel certain positive changes in your life. So you heard the term the inferiority complex?
I have, yeah.
Right. But it's another way of putting it, but it's basically using inferiority as a means to grow, as a means to try to accomplish something. Like that's some people's fuel. Where the inferiority complex is having that same mentality, if you're not good enough, you are inferior, but you don't use that to grow. You're just stuck in the same loop. Like, I'm just not good enough, and whatever I do, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And you just keep making excuses of never getting anything done. That's the complex of it. Like, it's just complaining versus using it, accepting it, and engaging with it,
Right.
so you can accomplish something better for yourself. And then there's spiritual. For the spiritual, it's, I don't even call it spiritual. It's just like the know, in a sense, and just you kind of having a understanding with yourself beyond the ego to some degree, and understanding what the ego is, how it works in some fashion, and how to get rid of it. And that comes with a lot of other things, like being able to separate pain and suffering, where pain is a physical reaction, stimulated reaction to something that happens to you that causes pain. It keeps you from death, essentially.
Okay.
Pain, if something is hurting so bad, or something like, for example, you can be getting crushed. If you don't have the pain of getting crushed,
right,
you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
You don't have the fear of pain either. Right. So if you jumping off a building, like, break your leg, you're not gonna feel that shit, but you could also die. But because of that, you don't have the fear of doing it. There's no pain. So that's very much needed for our bodies to stay healthy.
Right. It's communicating.
But suffering, on the other hand, is mental. People create suffering for themselves based on their perception of what is happening in the current situation. For example, there's this guy named Sadhguru Guru. He's from India. He's a yogi, and he talked about how one day he was riding a motorcycle and he got into an accident and split his calf, like, in half almost, bro. Like, the muscle, like,
he split
down to the bone, his calf muscle.
Oh,
yeah, he got cut. And he had went to the hospital, and they said that they couldn't help him because they didn't have the resources. He had to go to another hospital. And you're like, bro, I can't. Like, that's too far. Like, I have to get back on the road. I gotta get where I'm going. Like, come on. I need you to patch this up so I can go. Yeah. And like, they just kept going back and forth. And then finally, like, he got lost so much blood. He's like, all right, I got to do it. But he didn't have any anesthesia. That's what it was. He didn't have any anesthesia to put him under. He's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't need that. Just come on. So he got 52 stitches without any anesthesia at all. And the whole time he was just talking to the doctor like nothing was happening. So the doctor was confused. Like, do you feel this pain? Like, he was kind of lost. And he's like, yeah, I feel it, but I'm not going to suffer. And the suffering is the giving in to the pain, but you doing that is not changing the pain. It doesn't change how much it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Stop with all the attention seeking, basically.
Attention seeking.
And we all suffer from that. And that's not easy to do. That shit takes, but that's like, that's kind of like the peak of shit, bro. Like, when you get to that level, it's you just understand, like, it's just a sensation. It's just a sensation, like any other sensation. That's it. Pain is just a sensation that, again, keeps us from death, and it creates that narrative that it's this almost on death's doorstep. Like, that's what's happening to us. Like, we're dying in this moment of pain. So because of that, we have to over exaggerate it so we don't ever want to feel that kind of pain again. Like, you can stay away from it. But we use it as a fear tactic now. Like, we fear that now. We don't have to fear pain. Pain is natural. Pain is just a sensation. So if you understand how to use that and understand how to control yourself in those situations, pain, you won't be. What fear would you really ever need to have then? And fear people's words. If you can control your emotions about things and control the sensations that you have,
You'll have a newfound security. Yeah.
You are powerful.
Yeah.
You can do anything. You have nothing to fear.
Yeah.
Especially from people. Because to get to that level, you have to have a deep understanding of yourself. Once you have that deep understanding of yourself, you understand how lost people really is. You understand how lost they are. You start to just have empathy and sympathy for people.
Right. You would evolve to a degree, you know. And that's what happens, you know, and it's upon people to take the initiative, you know. But, you know, life will encourage you to do that, depending upon what circumstances you had to go through, you know.
Right. And that's why it's hard to get to that, though, because of how our shit is set up, how our system is set up. Like, we don't have time. We don't have time for it.
Right. Everyone's working.
Hard because I
don't have time to live.
You don't. You really don't. Like, and like what the little stuff that people do, not to belittle anything that people are doing, but
yeah,
you know, it's not. They need that to feel like things are normal. But I think people know that this shit ain't normal.
Man,
it's normal because it's accepted by the masses. But I think people, for the most part, no, it's like
this can't be life.
Yeah. Like I have to do all this to travel and
it's too much.
And that should be every day. Every day should be, and not to say that we like work has always been in the fold since the beginning of time. Like, we always work to some degree. So it's not that work, but work was part of experiencing life. Not just doing shit for other people. Just to make money. But your priorities is somewhere else. People's priorities was on the actual work. People's priorities not on work anymore. Like that was a passion. That was things that people had to do. Like they did it. That was their meditation. That was their meditation time. It was something they just love to do. But the things that we do is not real at all. Like these companies are not real. They exist because we collectively agree and say they exist, but they're not objective. They could be gone at any time.
Hold that thought. Just JUULZ, the ODDCAST, Honesty Blade, Brandon Bello. We about to turn on the light because I think it's we're losing some sunlight in here. And we're gonna brighten up the situation.
That's better.
So now we got some clarity. We started off with the peace and the tranquility of the darkness. But playing in the background, this is an instrumental. This is from Mediaquarium Studios. So this is called Gorgeous. So if you need some production needs met, then Mediaquarium Studios, that's my production house. So a lot of the music that I'll be uploading and presenting on here, you'll see that same production source. But different types of source. It can be podcasting, audio production, stage production, whatever kind of artistry that you are going about, you can get that need met. So I'll post the information under in the comments too. But me and Brandon Bello, we just building, dropping another jewel. But that's what we do all of the time. It ain't real scripted or nothing like that. Just going off the cuff. So a lot of times you might just hear the feed playing and we're just already in the depth of the conversation. I mean, back in the days, that's how you found the most entertaining movies. Like you didn't know what was playing. You just turned channel up, channel down, and then you just catch the movie.
Shit,
you know? So we're taking it back to that essence, But yeah, June 27th. I guess we should start time stamping it. But my birthday is tomorrow. I feel rejuvenated, I'll be 31. So I don't know. 31 feels like 30. Man, relative.
I be forgetting my age, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. Sometimes you think I'm like a year or two younger than I am. But I usually say whatever year it is, even before it comes up. This came out, I don't give a fuck about birthdays. But even like when it comes up in that year, my birthday is at the end of the year. I just tell people I'm like that age. Like
2020.
Yeah. Like, when your birthday? I'm like in September. I'm like, oh, so wait, you 20? I'm like, no, I'm 29.
Something like it.
Yeah.
Niggas like, you don't know your age? Like, nah, bro. Yeah, I mean, that just shows that you transcend it.
I don't really care.
You measure that in a different regard. It's not a yearly calendar. So, I mean, perspective, man, and that's really what measures your growth, you know, is like where you are within your being, your outlook, your perspective. You know, that's where you can tell. You know,
Yeah.
it's all internal.
Yeah. This matrix, man, is strong though.
Man, people can't live because they got to go to work.
Yeah, this matrix is strong, bro. Like
That's
even
crazy.
on a like personal level, like even with me, you just find yourself in like unreal situations. You know, just doing whatever. Just doing shit that just don't matter. Caring about shit that just don't matter. Like
Caring about shit don't matter. Niggas go watch this and jump off a bridge.
Yeah, just doing shit. Like,
but I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's like it's predictable.
yeah, but that's just like we just accept that it's like
right.
This is life. We live and we die.
Yeah,
it's like yeah, we do, but
that's not enough for us.
Or do you want to die while you die?
I think in 2019, that's not enough for a person to accept. Like, I'm just living to die because you thinking about everything in between.
Because that's the one. I don't know how I guess I wouldn't categorize it, but that's one of the things I feel like has happened with social media too. You can see people being and traveling and doing stuff. So to them, it's like, nah, something like I want to do that. Something they have more exposure and access to people doing real things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, learning about self-worth and all this stuff. Even though I feel like a lot of that is misunderstood. But I think it's not bad that people are starting to take themselves more importantly, you know, more seriously, so they could actually do something that they actually want to do. Like I'm all for people doing stuff that they actually want to do and growing and holding themselves accountable and putting themselves number one, man. So that's one thing I'm starting to get really better at is putting myself number one, especially in relationships. Like, no, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. And because even if I was to say yes, like I'm gonna treat you the same. It's not going it's not really gonna be different. Like we might spend like, more time together to kick it, but when I want to do something, it's my time. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do. But I just view relationships, and I feel like you have the right to do the same.
Right.
Like you don't have a right to my time. I give that to you.
Yeah.
There's no contract.
Yeah.
So what we like my time is my time.
Yeah.
If I choose to give it to you, I will.
Yeah.
But other than that, like if I'm about to be doing this, that's what I want to do. So I'm about to go do this. And again, you do the same. I don't control what you're doing.
Right.
You don't control what I'm doing. But because we have these conditioned and possessive relationships.
Yeah. It's a possession. It's like, well, this is what you mean to my life. But it's like, but it's my life first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should be priority number one. No, I'm priority number one.
But like, I think the right mature person would already expect that.
Right.
Would already have that mindset.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Of course.
It's like, because you was born you.
Yeah.
You got to take care of you.
I don't see many at my age. That's why I like older women.
Do they get
I've always been attracted to older women. I never talked to any, but I've always been like attracted to older women.
Seems like they get that quicker. Like they're already there.
Yeah, like they just, even if it's like not all the way there, they're just more calm, more patient. Even though they want what they want, a lot of them, like, you know, the ones that do want to be in a relationship, do want to be married and stuff like that, they still have them dreams. That sounded disrespectful, but still.
Sounded chauvinist.
Yeah.
Yeah, dreams. You want to be something.
But
nah, I know you do.
Yeah,
they got their agenda.
They
but they're still more diplomatic.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying at all. There's nothing, definitely nothing wrong with wanting to be married. That's what you want. That's what you want. That's cool. You know, I feel like everybody should be married. I don't think people should be walking alone. But I think they also, you know, because of that, they're not willing to deal with a bunch of bullshit either. Like they know what they want, you know. So they really trying to get in a relationship. So they serious about their shit. But even though they serious, I think they more willing to come to an understanding.
Yeah.
But if a man knows himself, they're willing to come to an understanding with that because they admire that and they respect that. But women our age, they don't get that shit yet.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, the maturity in that person is just gonna dictate how that relationship turns out.
Right.
Because people could say no and there can be peace. And you could just be like, all right, well, you're just not in the same market.
Yeah.
I can still respect you. You know, or you might generate a new offering. You never know. People say yes to whatever they say yes to.
All right.
So somebody could be like, well, I'm trying to go to long distance, but shoot. I didn't think I'd meet you. It might be a one-off, and then they'll carry on with their faithful agenda.
Yeah.
I mean, people are people. So with that being said, I guess you just got to be, you know, real mature within your understanding of what you want or what you think a relationship is. Because people can have all kinds of types of relationships.
Exactly.
It could be a non-sexual and be strong.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure.
And shit.
For sure.
What can you do?
I feel like a lot of people's relationships and why they're failed is because people are having two different relationships.
Two different relationships.
The man is having one relationship, the girl is having
another type, and then it comes to a head.
It finally gets to it, and then maybe it was going good for a minute, and then
explode.
Eventually, just like, oh wait, this wasn't supposed to happen.
So why is that? Is it lack of communication?
No. Oh, yes. Yes. In some instances, it is a lack of communication. That's a big reason why for a lot of it. But I think that communication comes because they don't know how to communicate, and they don't know how to communicate because they don't know how to communicate with themselves. They haven't gotten to themselves yet. So because of that, they're going through these relationships. And people grow in relationships. People change in relationships. Like that happens, yeah. And that's not like a necessarily a bad thing as long as it's changed for you. But who people go into relationships are not who's the same when they come out. Yeah. On almost every instance. Yeah. They learning something for their partner. Whether it's good or bad. Like they know how to learn different techniques now. And different things they like and don't like. So every time they go into a new relationship, it's another layer to that person. So when you start getting people, you know, and that's why I was like, people with experience. That's why experience is so important, because when you have all the experiences, and that's why I feel like even though I've had a few experiences, and my shit started since like middle school, bro. Like, and so through all of that, I've learned to have understanding of myself and what I want, and now I started to see, like in the last few years, like how differently every woman I was with was, and it wasn't like to compare any of them to the last. It's like I just found something new that I like that the other woman might have had, but is emphasized in this person. You feel me? I find new stuff that I don't like, and I find new stuff that I can't deal with. Like my last relationship, I've learned a plethora of shit that I found out about myself when it comes to relationships. Like I knew shit I can't deal with, new shit I need to pay more attention to, have more patience in certain areas, how to talk in certain ways, and how I feel about that too. Though, like I don't really like to walk on eggshells with people. I really don't like that. That bothers me. Like I would really want to be candid with people, just straightforward. You know, but when I do be straightforward, I come off as an asshole. Unless people know me, and because I can do it in a joking way, but it's like sometimes it's like
you're like, how can I not say it like this?
It's just literally straightforward, bro. Like no other way to say it.
Yeah.
You know, I come across that a lot too. I come across that a lot, and somebody helped me. My ex helped me understand a little bit about that though, and a little bit how women mind work and men mind work. And I knew that, and I tried to explain this to her.
Yeah.
And that's why she showed me the video. She's like, yeah, this is exactly like what I heard before. And he was basically saying like women's minds connect everything. They connect everything. This because of this.
That's not the same toothpaste you own.
Happened. Yeah, it's like, why is this? Is this because
bottle.
of this? It's just going everywhere.
Yeah.
It's going everywhere. Everything's connected. And men's minds, everything is like compartmentalized.
Yeah. Right.
So we have a box for this, that situation, that situation.
Right.
It's just that's that.
Yeah.
Everything is separated.
Yeah.
That's why when men cheat, it's not like it don't feel like a big deal to us. Because to us,
that was in the basement.
She ain't got nothing to do with us. This situation is this situation.
She ain't got nothing to do with us. What is us now?
Because us is now we in this box.
Right,
now we in the us box.
It was me
back
in
then,
that box.
That was to you. That's them box. Because that was the us box over there. This is us box here. This is us box with your name. That's us box with her name. That us box ain't got shit to do with this us box.
Man,
you know, my feelings for you was real in this box.
I know she'd be like, I don't know how I'm gonna not slap you. And dude be like, I don't know, how could you?
Like this, how do you not understand? This makes total sense.
Disconnect, man. But we don't know how to communicate what we wanted.
You know. So because everything is like separate, like our communication styles are very, very different. So you have to understand like how to ease that tension as a man, but don't deal with that at the same time as a man. You have to be able to ease that tension, to open them up, to teach them how to understand themselves. I feel like that's a huge duty as a man in the situation that we are in today.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we was in a situation where we had the capacity to do that, we were doing that. I feel like we were, but I don't really know. I'm really just guessing. I don't know what the fuck we was doing back then. But I feel like now in our situation today, we have to play a bigger role and help teaching our women how to use their emotions for better purposes, to help them to understand themselves on a totally different level, to grow more spiritually. Because they help us in so many different ways too, and being able to be that extra person to help connect things for us when we need them to connect. You know, like being a lot of women. That's why so many people have said like they best asset in their business is their woman, is their wife.
Yeah.
You know, that's the wife really they know how to connect the dots in a different way. You know, whether it's connecting the dots in you or connecting the dots in actual business, they are part of that. Like women are extremely important and they keep us sane to some degree. You know, being able to come home and it's their spirit when they are aligned and are in tune. Their spirit is something else for us. You know, and that's why they're so important. For women are so important. And I really hope the culture of disrespecting them changes soon. Doesn't look like it, but I hope.
I mean, we embody that.
Exactly.
So we keep doing it.
Yeah, and we're trying to change that narrative. Like, there's a lot of people really trying to change that narrative. Like even Charlemagne, the guy on his show, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast and he was talking about he would stop calling women bitches.
Yeah, definitely.
He stopped doing that, and he was telling Andrew, his co-host on The Brilliant Idiots, not to do that because, you know, but mostly because this day and age of, you know, it's not.
That's the last thing we can afford.
Women don't like that, but on a higher level, it's just we have to. It's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's just disrespectful. We have to stop doing that. Even when we're talking about them, and I'm guilty of it. I called somebody a bitch earlier today. It happens. I try to not to do it. I do it rarely. No, it was talking about the situation I was telling you about earlier, and I just happen to use that. As as a as a placeholder.
As a placeholder.
So, but then and that's how I use it. But I never call the other bitch like. That's like not my saying.
Mm-hmm.
Even in like joking like that,
mm-hmm.
bitch, please, shit. People try to use as an example, but I'm cool. But women are like amazing, bro. If they are on point, if they're on point, they can be some amazing creatures.
And how often is that?
It's hard to judge, man, because we have to look at things from a bubble because we're in one. Our bubble is only exclusive to what we experience personally, what we experience through our friends, and what we see on television and the internet.
Correct.
And in life. That's it. It's so much. It's
so many other contexts.
7 billion people on the planet, and we see maybe a few 100,000 a day.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, it is so much in 24 hours. Like, the time you sleep and you're not experiencing shit, like, it's so much happening in a 24-hour period. And it's not even really 24 hours. That shit don't even exist. Don't exist. It just has to on our plane, but it's just time. There's just so much time just passing. Like, there's so much things that's happening you are not experiencing.
Yeah.
So when we get caught up in creating general narratives for people and for women and men, especially like just how we talk about each other, and it leaves a bad taste, and I think in people's mouths because of what they experience, and that they go in more situations with that fear of thinking that something's going to go wrong immediately. It's good to have that caution and be skeptical about everything that you kind of come across and you see what people do, what people say, especially. You kind of gotta come at it with a bit of skepticism, because people are liars, because they lie for themselves every day. So what makes you think they're not gonna lie to you?
Right.
But don't be fearful though.
Right.
Don't start pushing people away because you think that might hurt you because that's what the last person did. Like. That's what you're used to doing. Because you're scared to commit, you're scared to love somebody. Like,
we could have what they needed to hear their whole life.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we fall in love, bro. Somebody put this in an interesting way too. Like, we fall in love. Like, think about those words. We fall in love, which means we have to drop a piece of ourselves to be in love with someone else. That's not unconditional. Right. I shouldn't have to change myself in any way, shape, or form to be with you when I was just fine as myself before I met you.
That's interesting. So is love a handicap?
No, it's just misunderstood and misused.
Misunderstood and misused. So that means it's not true love.
Exactly. It's not. You can't have true love for someone else when you don't have true love for yourself. You can't have true love for yourself if you don't know who the fuck you are. It's impossible. If you can't love yourself unconditionally,
how can you do it for someone else?
It's impossible.
So you give them whatever version that you think you have.
You're faking the funk, and it's gonna get overwhelming, and that's why people. And that's why people change. And I feel like that's what happens in relationships. When when people get tired of being fake, it starts to get tiresome in a relationship, and people start to not give a fuck anymore.
Wow.
People get lazy.
Wow.
Not even lazy. They just feel stifled. They feel like I just need to be free Free of what? If you was who you were this whole time, what do you need to be free of? You should have been free this whole time.
But what about in the cases of people that we would think are growing together well?
That's what people should do.
Yeah. You don't think they're experiencing that part where the fakeness is waiting to like dissolve?
If they're not being fake,
Right.
no.
Right.
Everybody do if they're being fake.
Yeah.
But for the genuine ones who are not, and they're actually able to be themselves and share their themselves with each other.
So they're being genuine, they won't have a problem.
Exactly. And they will have problems, but those problems come from our conditions that we haven't gotten rid of. So they growing, they trying to understand each other more, but they still have those conditions. You know, and they have to work them out as they go. Like I said, like people still gonna grow within a relationship. You don't necessarily have to grow. You don't grow with that person. You go along with that person.
Right.
So her growth has nothing to do with your growth. Your growth is your growth. Her growth is her growth. You can do it along with each other, side by side, but y'all not doing it together.
Right. Exactly. Yep. That's very interesting. Just JUULZ ODDCAST. We always dropping JUULZ, not a podcast, because it's gonna be an oddcast. It's not gonna be like any others. But yeah, man, we're just chopping it up, you know. Man, you know, I just go with it. I hope that we getting good levels though. We should be. Yeah, 36 minutes, 48 in it. Yeah, man. Shit.
Oh man. How's your day though? What's been going on? What's been going on in life, man? How's your life been?
I've been
experiencing.
I've been on some real chill, man. Like trying to reassess my my levels of excitement and like, you know, what I thought was like the most motivating. Because like, you know, remember in your 20s where you were just like, man, I don't even care if I sleep. Like whatever you was doing might have been that fun.
Yeah.
You know, and I can remember like back when I used to go to, like I went out to Chicago and there was a school out there. It was an art institute. So I went there and I lived out there for like 4 months. And right before I got like a job offer, I decided to go back because I couldn't see no way I could sustain my rent. I was out there from like October till about January. So then called up my people. They drove all the way up and brought me back. But that was fun. That was only like 4 months. And like, I feel like I experienced a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and that calendar is, you know, it's relative to your perspective, what you went through.
Yeah.
So, you know, 4 months could be a whole long time for somebody or a short time. But every time I left the city and I traveled, I experienced a lot of growth, you know. So I'm trying to get myself back into that. And then, of course, financially is the first way I think about it. So I'm like, okay, I got to increase my day-to-day, you know, money. So been doing research on how to up my job. You know, I got my license. So in that particular thing, if I keep building with jobs on that, you know, salary gets bigger. Doing the shoe care thing on once a week. So, you know, I don't have a lot of appointments for it right now, but the more I hustle it, the more I do. And just trying to get on fire about stuff, you know.
I feel you, bro. You know? I've been dealing with that too, like just trying to get that fire, that passion back. It's been rough for me. I'm ready for that transition though. It's like it's coming. It's coming real soon. Yeah. And on all levels too, like nutrition, mental, getting back into meditations, like all of that, reading, writing more. Like it's about to be another turnaround. And I go through like these different phases, and I know but every time it gets like stronger, like stronger and stronger. I'm able to accomplish like more and more. It be the changes, like drastic changes, and that's where I have to learn how to deal with the changes and not let it affect what I'm doing. Sometimes those changes modify my resources though, and that's where things get kind of tough.
Yeah.
And get difficult. But that's what usually takes me off the track, and then sometimes it takes me a minute to get back, sometimes it don't. But that's definitely where I'm at now though, like trying to get back to what I like to do.
Yeah.
What I really like to do.
Yeah, man. Shit. This is a necessary part of it, man.
Yeah.
Because, we all doing this for the first time. So, I mean, you're going to have parts where it ain't going to make sense, parts where you get real short, parts where you're like, I think. And then it's all part of life.
Yep.
It's all part of life. And, I definitely am glad that I have gone through the things that I went through. And, of course, I wouldn't have chosen them. But, that's always the case.
For sure.
Can't never predict them.
Yeah.
But I feel like through the experiences that I had from now, I'd say back to like 2015, maybe even earlier than that. But especially at that time frame, like I feel like I went through a lot of things that sharpen my character.
Yeah.
A lot of things that like get my personality back and get it better and more fruitful.
Like, I don't regret things that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I regret things I didn't do.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of things that I could have done that I didn't do.
Yeah.
Could have done better at, or whatever the case. But the things that I've done, I'm like really grateful for.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with the decisions I've made, even though there was some stupid shit sometimes. Very, very stupid decisions I've made in my life. But that's who I am. But that's how I learn though. It's like a lot of it's curiosity though. Yeah, I just do shit because I'm curious of like what might happen. I have like some crazy thoughts sometimes, like twisted, bro. Like, just it's serious, like, bro. Like, I wonder what it feels like. Like, you want to get hit by a car, and see what it feels like. Like, I just want to experience shit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that kind of curious mind I have. Like, I would do like almost anything in life to some degree. Like, certain shit I just won't do. Like,
right.
I'm not doing that.
Like, I wonder what this jet fuel would look like on the ground.
Like just really drinking.
The same color, shit. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do dumb shit.
Nah.
Just experiences in life. So
yeah.
I'm really curious about how things feel, what people go through. Like, even with the people I work with and the kids I work with, like, just when they be going wild, bro, I'd be just wondering like what's really going on in your head. Like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, I really want to know like what's happening. I want to feel it though. Like, it's not that I just want to know. Like, I want to feel the experience. Like, what's happening. Wow. Yeah. The crazy thing, I'm like super scared of virtual reality. But like, I don't want to.
Super scared of what reality?
Virtual reality.
Virtual. Oh.
Yeah. I'm terrified of virtual reality. Yeah.
Wow.
But I have those.
Shit, this is virtual reality.
All the time. And in a sense, yeah. In a sense. But just like going into like my mind going to another world though.
Oh yeah.
Like with some headsets and shit. Like,
I'm
terrified of that shit.
Oh.
Have you seen that movie Ready Player One?
Ready Player One?
Yeah.
No.
That's a wild movie.
Yeah.
It's like
on the concept tip.
The concept, yeah. It's everybody's like the future 20, it's like 2135 or something like that. And everybody lives in these like trailers, but they are like stacked like can't figure. You seen what's that show back in the day with the dude with the red shirt, Kids? Dude had the red shirt. He was the boss. They used to grown ups was their enemies. You ain't never seen this show?
Yeah.
Code Name Kids.
Oh no.
Code Name Kids. I think that's what it's called.
It's on
It was on Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Back in the day.
I've seen it on the guide.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
That shit was a good show. But well, if you didn't watch it. But anyway, they got these trailer parks kind of like stacked up on each other and like garbage piles. That's what it looks like. And that's how everybody lives. They just climb up on people like you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So everything is in the VR though. Everything. Like they jobs, when how they make money, like they do missions to get money inside there so they can buy stuff and people ship the stuff inside the, like if they buy shoes and stuff, they buy them in the game and people will ship them to their house. Like their relationships, people that got relationships, never met each other in real life, they just best friends in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, because the game is a world. Like that's what they do. That's what everybody do.
Wow.
That shit's like, bro, that's just scary, man.
What do you think you would do if that was like tomorrow?
It is tomorrow.
It is now.
It is tomorrow. Like, we're already there, man. I think we have a little bit of time to change the trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
However you say that damn word.
You said it though.
Tongue tied.
Trajectory.
We have a little bit of time to do that. I don't know how much time we have, but if we don't, right, well, I don't see it happening though. Because we will have to really get on a level of understanding what's going on with this technology and how bad it could possibly be, along with enough people to change the culture of our society. The culture of our society is going to be implemented based on our culture.
Mm-hmm.
But until we can't change it until we change that. Though.
Right.
Like our culture is the root of how we operate with one another.
Right.
If we can't, like all these changes that's happening, they're good, they're needed, but we would never see. It's putting a band-aid. It's putting a band-aid on a somebody who their whole skin just got ripped off.
Right. It's like it's not effective
at all. To the grand scheme of things. Like you just is putting a ouch, but it's not.
Yeah.
How many people you're talking to and reaching versus how many people you need to reach, and things are not really changing. Like this one seminar is not enough. 2 seminars, it's not. This has to be a lifestyle change.
Right.
And I don't see us moving towards that in America whatsoever. Some people are like around the world doing some stuff, but in America, nah.
It don't look like it's gonna change for the better.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so, man. And that's unfortunate.
It is, man. But I mean, shoot. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. Because, shoot, what other purpose is there to have? Making a difference. You know, I mean, the stuff that we do to make a difference, it matters. But, you know, the grand effect.
Do you think, does purpose and passion go hand in hand?
I think so. But
do you think everybody has a purpose or a passion in life?
No.
You don't think everybody has a passion?
I don't think everyone has a passion.
But you think everybody has a purpose?
Yeah. I think like passion can go with it, but I don't think people are always acknowledged. You know, I don't think they can see their passions. I don't think it's maybe a factor that matters to them because of how they've lived life.
Yes, I agree with that.
Certain people probably just accept a small amount of passion and be like, okay, like that's the amount that I'm used to or care to have.
Yeah.
But they could be like a real,
I agree with that,
valuable person in life.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's purpose?
Yeah, that's purpose. Because like those are the people that are often less in their own way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like their image of themselves is so small that they're able to be used as an instrument a lot more often.
Right.
You know. So I mean it's just a give and take, you know.
So you think purpose is more important than passion?
I would dare to say no because I'm a passion-driven person. So my passion might drive me out of my purpose sometimes because it's so strong. I mean, just logically thinking of it.
But
So,
how do you know your purpose?
right. I guess it's
Passion, you can tell it's a sensation. But
yeah.
how do you know your purpose?
I guess it's how you see it arrive in your life. Like you might have certain people confirming it, and then you might have a certain feeling within yourself that might not even feel like passion, but just feel good. You know, I think it might be confirmed through how you measure success. Maybe you might feel like I wanted to see people change, and somehow me being around them help them change. So again, I guess it's just how you can identify it. That's how you know purpose. You know,
Okay.
but I think people can be in their purpose and not actively have a strong passion for it. And I think they can have one for it and not see it. You know, shit. I mean, there's like certain people that just work for RTA. You just like, man, they in their purpose somehow. I know it. I just feel like they're supposed to be at this job because of how I interacted with them, how they told me the directions to go to this place. You know, purpose. I think a purpose way bigger.
I think purpose is bigger.
I mean, my image of purpose looks a lot larger than like somebody working an everyday job, but my wisdom knows that it ain't, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's not at all. Because people, with the reality we've created, it has to have purpose has to go with it.
Yeah.
To sustain it. Because people need to have jobs to sustain the economy based on how it's been built.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of the people who can accept themselves to be, I wouldn't even call it lowly enough, but lowly enough to provide purpose to the job that they are doing, instead of taking the job as purposeless and don't put any purpose behind it. You can make purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you have to stumble across. Like, you can make something important.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you.
You can affect change.
And it starts with yourself. Like, if you look at a job, you know, for example, like let's say a bus driver, if he has purpose in his job and he feel like his job is important, he's gonna do well by the customers. He's gonna know directions. He's gonna take the time to study his job and make his job feel important to himself, so he can make it feel important to other people, because he's making the best out of the situation.
Right.
And that's all anybody do. Like, when they like their job, it's not that they even like their job necessarily. They just make the best out of the situation. But some people are really good at their job and don't like it at all. And some people, they just love their job. It's simple, it's easy, it's fun. You get to talk to people. It's about your outlook on how you do it. Like, as a bus driver, you can talk to a hell of people. So you never really have to be lonely, but you choose to be, you know, just moody and pouty while you're driving all day, don't want to talk to people and hurt people. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But you can make the best out of the situation too. And that's in, you know, any situation. You can always make the best out of the situation.
Definitely.
So,
No, I agree.
Especially when it's solely based on you. Like, as a driver, you by yourself all day. You don't have a supervisor like with you and tell you what to do. And like, you know what to do. You got to do it. You know, so it's all on how your outlook on that person's situation. Right. There are some people who have fucked up job scenarios where their job is cool and they would like the job, but if the management creates friction, you know, coworkers create friction in the workplace, and it becomes, you know, toxic, and you don't want to be there, and that's a whole nother situation. And that don't really have nothing to do with the job or the work, but the people,
right?
You know, make it feel like that, like the job ain't shit.
Right.
It ain't the job; these people ain't shit.
Yeah, it's always people, man. That's why many jobs fail. You know, the management don't be right.
Yeah.
You know,
but I think that's why you have to also managing people. Managing people is something I would be very interested in. Like that's what I would want to do. Like without the situation I was telling you about earlier. If it came down to that would be my job. I would. That's what I would want to do. Like manage people.
Yeah, I think you'll be very good.
It's a lot that people a lot of tools that people can use to help them understand their situations better. And I think I truly believe in like it starts from the top down. And like a lot of people say, especially women, and I, from an emotional standpoint, I get it. But like how people talk about their kids, how their kids like so important, and especially in relationships. And they said my kid come before my man and all that other shit, or before me. But it's like, no, they don't though. You have to do what you got to do as a parent, especially while they're little.
But why are they linear like that?
But they're not supposed to come before you. You're still supposed to be first in every situation, because if you're good, your child is going to be great, because you will now at max. You always have full charge when you are interacting with your child, because you are happy. Like you're coming from a place of understanding. Like as a child, is crying, and I got to do what I got to do, and have more patience, have more capacity to be open to patience in situations that's not going to drive you crazy. Patience and understanding. But when you do it from a place of, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, of need, and it's not about me, that can come with a lot of resentment. That can come with like, you owe me for this. Like your parents say that shit all the time. Like all that shit I did for you and did this. I'm like, I didn't make you do that. You chose to do that, and you're supposed to do that, yeah. But I didn't make you happy. I didn't ask to come here. You brought that responsibility onto yourself. I don't owe you nothing for doing that. That's you wanted this job by having me. What the job inquires. That's not my problem. I'm sorry, Mom, but that's not my problem. So, you parents have to come first. Everybody has to come first in their own world. Everybody.
Only then can we be a universe.
Only then. Only then.
Yeah. But, this is why. This is going back to the root of everything we was discussing. Like, people are not being cultivated because they're not being raised by cultivators. People who can cultivate, so it just repeats.
Yeah.
And, we get people who are physically grown, but they just are nowhere near equipped to be doing whatever they're doing. Everybody's growing. That's always going to happen, but certain people should just not be in the field. They just don't have the wherewithal or whatever. Yeah. Like any situation in life.
That's what I would like. Like that would be really dope. Like I want to do that. That's what I want to do that's why I like working with kids. That's what I like to do. And that's what was always good at, is building relationships, to be able to have them talk to me and have them understand certain things. Like my kids love me, but it's hard to do in my situation now because it's so chaotic. I don't have time for it. Like with older kids, we have downtime. Kids be chilling or something going on, especially in school. Like we walk around the block and we just talk. After school, we just talk. Like we have opportunities to build. But now my situation is like and not even in the moment. Like it's moments where I wanted to just pull them aside, but I can't. I got 15, 16, 20 other kids that I got to be looking at. So it's got to be like nip it in the bud, go, nip it in the bud, go, nip it in the bud, go. And that shit sucks. That shit fucking sucks, bro. I hate that shit. That's the reason why I wanted to have a higher position and not do like the work I'm doing with the kids, because I'm better suited at the relationship building. So like hands off the direct work,
right,
and being more of a support, being a helper in that regard.
And that's why you'd be a good manager, though. Because that's what it's about. It's about cultivating the person.
Yeah, that's it. And I've learned that too. Like at a younger age, like a few years ago, I was over 5 years ago, I was in a situation where I was a manager of people, and I failed. I learned a lot from that situation. I learned how to communicate better, how to deal with situations, how to address certain situations, how to make sure people are understanding what's going on.
Gotta check in. Gotta check in.
Yeah, check in and consistency and being more consistent with it. And just being just genuine and nice and warm and open. You know, and that's like naturally how I try to be. So just making sure I do that in the workplace and not making it feel like work, but like actually feeling like a family. You know, feeling like this is people that we are in here riding together. Like this is a team, talk to each other, communicate, and all that other stuff. You know, like let each other know and be, you know, and do stuff together. Like taking all my employees out, buying my employees like out of my own pocket. Like I just buy all my employees like dinner, like, you know, just doing stuff just to build that relationship. Like that was the part I was good at. The part I was bad at was the individual shit. Okay. So I'm not really good at individual relationships.
Yeah.
I'm really not. I'm not good at like talking to people or checking in with people like that. But I'm good at team building. Yeah. I'm good at like getting people to understand like the bigger scope of things as a whole.
Interesting.
And it's for me like the individual thing. It's not that I won't say I'm bad at it, actually. It's just that I
maybe prefer the group.
Not even that. It's just like it's hard for me to initiate those real situations on an individual level.
Okay.
Unless we talk. If we talk consistently, it's easier. But we don't talk too often. Like one of my employees, one of the people that I had working under me, we talked all the time. Like during the day, like we just constantly talk. Like we was cool. All like talked outside of work because we had things in common. Other people I talked to sometimes outside of work, we was cool. We didn't have no problems. But the people I didn't, you know, it was just weird having conversations because we had that distance there. You know. Yeah. But some people, like I had one situation where me and a girl, we had fell out, and it was, I guess she felt like I changed or I stopped communicating things with her or I wasn't acknowledging her. There's a few things, but that like hurt because we was actually cool. Like we used to talk all the time and it was like we used to vibe on certain things, even though we have different views about certain stuff, but for a lot of part we mostly agree on stuff. Like have you heard of Bell Hooks?
Bell Hooks?
Yeah.
Who was that, an artist?
She an author.
Oh.
Yeah.
Author? No.
Older author. So she got this book called Feminism is for Everybody.
Feminism is for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. And that she's the one kind of got me hip. The girl, she's the one got me kind of hip to like feminism and the movement and stuff and getting into it. And I read that book and I agree with a lot of the points that she was making and we used to talk about, and I agree with a lot of the points that me and her used to talk about. But some stuff, you know, I just wanted to know how can we do things, like she helped me see things in a different way, but I just help her see things in a different way. But then it just stopped. Like things are just different. And when she told me, we had the conversation finally, because it took a while for us to have that conversation, like I started crying. Like I'm trying not to cry because I really felt like I was like losing a friend because I don't like connect with people like that often. And it was just like, and I don't like disappointing people. And I felt like I kind of like let her down in a sense, like disappointed in a sense. And it was like, I felt like a failure in that moment. And I was like super vulnerable for me. That shit was like weird. And I don't know. I don't think we still didn't talk much after that, but that was like at the end of the year too, though. So it was like the job was almost over with. But having those experiences though, like I know how to work with people now. Like they're much better. And I know other things that I've learned, certain other techniques is just like adding things into the workplace, because like employee appreciation and recognition and help and support, like real support. Like people got things going on and helping them, you know, understand how to deal with certain situations and how to navigate work-life balance and actually helping them navigate work-life balance. Not just, you know, well, you gotta do the job, I don't give a fuck about what you're doing outside. We're like actually like knowing when people need a mental break, like if they going for you, they need some time off. Like the job is gonna get done. Like this, I don't understand like this time off shit. Like in some instances, I get it when it's like it hurts, but like especially like these big companies and corporations, like a day off for me is not gonna stop production. Like y'all still gonna be getting shit done. Like I'm the one losing money. If anything, like I'm the one losing more. Actually, no, but I think they will be losing money. They make a lot more money for you being there to sell their product than when you gone. So that's what they man. I get it now.
Yeah.
I literally just been thinking about that shit for like a month, bro. And me finally saying that shit. But that's how I learned though.
Yeah.
Me saying that shit out loud, that just helped me see that shit from a different perspective.
And people will say, if you talk to yourself, you're crazy. You're like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I have to talk
you're crazy if you're not.
Talking to people helps me understand certain things better because I say new stuff that I never even thought about before this conversation. It came up in my mind during that conversation. Yeah. So talking to people helps that happen. Yeah. That's the only way that really happens for me. Unless I go back and unless I talk to myself. Yeah.
That's good though, man.
Yeah. Like that's why I like to rant rather than like call people for like advice because I hate most advice. I need to rant so I can find an answer. Like I have it. I'm just talking to myself. Like I don't need someone else really. Like I can look at things objectively in my own world. So I just need to I just need a vessel for you to just be there to listen.
But you know what? I think that's very natural, and I think a lot of times people don't recognize that. And like I learned this from my dad, because like he had said it too. He was like, sometimes people don't want a solution; they just want a vent. Yeah. And it's very true. That might not be the time for that, because you're coming from a different place. The emotion is not the same as the ration. The logical. I think they're working with two different sides of the brain, right? The emotion is on what? The right? I think analytical and logical will be on the left.
I think so, yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I could be wrong.
But I believe they're coming from two different sides of the brain. And so like when you're being emotional, you're less likely to sway with anything logical because you're just in a different frequency.
Right.
You're just not on that. It can make sense and you can probably say, yeah, but you're just not for that. You're just not moved by that. Only when your emotion gets quieter, when you're more prone to listen, And it be like that.
That's why you can't, this emotion shit, bro. It's hard for me to deal with emotion shit anymore.
I mean, because emotions are great, just don't be controlled by them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting tired of people being controlled by them. Like, it's hard to deal with now, especially on a personal level. Like, with adults. Like, I don't have no sympathy well, I won't say that, but I have less sympathy for just like people crying about certain things. Crying about like just crying because they just like they basically just not getting what they want. Like at the end of the day, that's really what it is. Like you crying because somebody has done something that you didn't like, which means you just didn't get what you wanted. I don't care. Like I just don't care about that shit no more. Like, bruh, get out your feelings. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't take this shit personal. Like my decisions be my decisions because that's my decision. Right. Deal with it or not. If you're not gonna deal with it, just get the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear all that shit. Yeah. I just can't, bro. And I try to tell him like, yo, this don't make any sense. Like, this not. I'm like, and that's why it irritates me because I'm trying to teach them this and tell them this. Like, while I'm not just like an asshole. Like, I try to uplift and help people understand certain things. But listen, you gotta listen. You gotta take into consideration like this is nonsense. But I appreciate a woman who understands she's being irrational.
Right, or anyone.
Yeah.
But especially a woman, yeah.
Because a lot of times they do be doing some irrational shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they just keep going. Like that shit, like nothing ever happened. But like it was
Right, like
perfectly sensible.
Right. Like no.
You're a wild one, Mr. Grinch. Like,
I can appreciate that from anyone.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely with a woman. Because you can't just be like so justified in some shit like that's just totally unreasonable.
Yeah, not at all. Like, and you gotta, like, when a woman is in their emotions and they understand that they being ridiculous and they can do that and still feel their emotions, like, I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you want to feel, you can cry as long as you know what this is nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Man, it's so wild, bro. Like, I really don't know. I don't know why I don't like my ex.
You don't know why?
Yeah, I don't know why. I have theories, but like it don't really make sense to me.
Hold on, grab a banana. You want a banana?
Yo, hell yeah. I love bananas. Bananas are delicious, man. I had this Robex smoothie for the first time. It's pretty good. It's not bad. I had like this turmeric one. That was the first time I ever had that. It was turmeric, agave, cranberry, mango, apple juice.
Turmeric is like a spice, right?
Turmeric is a spice. Yeah, turmeric is really dope. It's really good for our immune system, I believe. Some other shit, I don't know.
Somebody told me about it, but I don't know the benefits off my head.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of them though. But shit, what I was saying, bro.
Talking about
I was talking about my ex.
Yeah, you don't know why you don't like her.
Yeah, like I don't know. I have theories, but I don't know why I like her. Dog. I mean, why I don't like her. Like I think it's
just a feeling.
Yeah, just like I don't. It's not that I want to feel it because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like I don't need to feel like this overwhelming like love for you. I can just appreciate who you are. Like, and that's what I want. Like I just want to just have somebody. Like I don't need that feeling. I just.
You feel like you're being obligated to that?
No, it wasn't that I didn't feel that. It was like it was new for me. It was new for me. All right. For it to happen the way that it happened, because it would happen all the time. Like that general thing would happen all the time, where I would have feelings for people, and I would have that feeling in the beginning. You know, it's that new thing, the new car smell, basically. And once it wears off, and mine wear off pretty fast. Once it wears off, you know, I'm still cool. I have moments. But you know,
go ahead.
I have moments.
But you be like, your existence. I see you over there.
You know, yeah, like I
see you over there existing.
Right. I have moments of feeling like, you know, I'll pretty rock with this person. Okay. And there's other times where it's just like. You know, but most of the time I'm just like I'm me. I'm being me. I'm cool. But with her, it was like there weren't even moments. It was just like.
Why was that? Was she not interested?
Know. Huh?
She wasn't interested.
I'm gonna say that, but I don't know, man. Like, cause that's why we connected in the beginning, because we connected on like having the same thought process on a lot of things, the same thought patterns. Especially when it comes to, like what we be talking about, like relationships and being in love with yourself and taking care of yourself and all that stuff. Like we had the same understanding on that. Especially when it came to like possessions and stuff, and it was some things that she would still work out when we talk about that, like, you know, why she realized it while in the middle of a relationship. Like she got hip to a lot of new things, new truths about herself while we was together for that little bit. But it wasn't that. So it was like that quality was like wonderful. Like I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I just didn't want to. I don't know. Like I don't know if I just wasn't. The sex was like bottom two.
Bottom two, like
Bottom two, like I've ever had.
Oh, okay. You think that has something to do with it?
I think it had a little bit to do with it. Yeah. That doesn't even definitely have a little bit to do with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was like. It was the experience of the thing. You know, it was the whole experience. Like,
He was like, shit, lame.
It was certain things I couldn't do. You know, and then just and it's crazy because like me being like upset at her because of how her body works. But that shit was annoying as fuck, bro.
Why your stupid ass leg doing that?
That shit was so annoying, G.
What's up with your body? What's up with your? What the fuck is up with your torso? Ooh-wee.
So
yeah,
I don't know, man. She was a good woman. She's ready for a situation. She's still grown, but I think she's pretty ready for a situation.
Yeah.
I just couldn't give it to her.
Can you help how you feel?
Actually, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like
you see shit for a reason. You always see what you see for a reason. You know, you can overlook it with logic, but you can just still see shit. You're like, but why I keep looking at that?
And that's refuse to. Like everything just is just different. But I'm like that with like everybody now. Like women just always look different for me. They're really like not giving a fuck about y'all looks. And then not in the sense that like I notice who's like pretty and who's not pretty, or attractive and not attractive, I should say. But like your attraction like drops in like 2 minutes. I look at you like, oh, she bad. All right. Like it's just like okay. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like and the more I look at you, it's like
the more I look
normal as fuck.
Because bad ain't there. Bad is on the inside.
All right. All right. So it's like I don't care about that shit, man. I should do too.
Yeah. But you know, it's the character, it's the person that's on the inside. And that don't even gotta be like that ain't even always the concept of just sounding noble. It's just qualities of people.
Right.
That's what we're attracted to. You know, the person that turned you on could not even look like something to you. But then you might get the opportunity to see them in action of doing some shit that attracted you, and you be like, oh, that is what I like. It just don't look like what I thought.
Right.
It's like, damn, I didn't know that. And they be like, yeah. People be like, how? Hey, made sense.
And I realized recently, like I don't want to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready for one. I'm not ready for one yet. Like, and I don't really have the capacity to be in one either. I can't care enough right now.
Can't care enough.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't care enough right now. That was what happened with the last one. It was probably what it was. I can't. And it happened like in a moment.
Yeah.
Literally in like we was talking, we got the phone, boom. I don't give a fuck no more.
Yeah. You don't think it had nothing to do with the convo?
The combo wasn't bad. Like I didn't care about the combo. I didn't. The combo wasn't. No.
Because not that it had to be bad, but like certain things just spoke to you that said, I don't care no more.
Maybe.
You just learned some shit and you was like, Yeah. I mean, because that happens. You can like certain things about a person and then you find out the rest and you're like,
Yeah. And it wasn't even like that. Like it wasn't nothing about the combo was about. It was like we just had like a little disagreement about something. And when it wasn't nothing to like stop giving a fuck about. It was just
It just
that's
is.
just what happened. I think it was coming.
You said it was humming.
It was coming.
Oh,
But not banana. It was coming, but it it just happened in an instant.
yeah.
And
So I can remember people I talked to for some reason we just both stopped communicating, and that just said to me it just wasn't important enough.
yeah, I mean, I've done that too. Like we just stopped talking. That happened a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we were like actually like together for a few months.
And he was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I tried to give it some time, but
Yeah.
nah, I was like, nah, it's just
Basic
not working.
bitch.
It's not changing. It's not changing.
He was like, she over there looking all basic,
You know.
sitting basic.
I don't know. It's just like certain things.
Why you sit like that? Stupid back.
You feel me?
What's wrong with my back? Everything. That would be funny as fuck though.
Man.
Like, get your jaw out of my face.
Yeah.
Hate your jawline. Why is it down? It's supposed to go like this.
People we be wilding like that. Looking for, I already had the way out. It's looking for the way out that they already wanted.
Yeah.
Man, want that shit.
Man, I'm ready to eat. I'm about to. You want a Jamaican beef patty?
Sure.
Just JUULZ ODDCAST. I was gonna say podcast, but we're not a podcast. We're the ODDCAST. I'm gonna post the information of these tracks that I was playing underneath in the comments, and I'm gonna post my name, Brandon's name, at Mediaquarium Studios. So if y'all like the music that y'all heard, which I'm sure you should, because I was fucking with it, it's gonna be underneath in the comments section. Anything you want to drop before we get out? Just JUULZ. Wait till you see what I named it.